Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and you're watching Growing on Vancouver Island. Today I think is July 30th. I'm not 100% sure. I lose track of the time sometimes. And I thought I would give you another little update on my vegetable garden. So let's take a look at what's happening. I'm going to use two words to describe the current state of my vegetable garden. I'm going to call it a hot mess. I think it is totally messy. I have really let it get out of control in every way, shape, and form you can think of. Some things are thriving, some things are dying, and that's just the way it is. I wasn't able to water a lot in the last, I want to say week-ish. I was so exhausted from not sleeping because it was so hot and we don't have air conditioning in our house, so I just couldn't really sleep much at night. But now that I've actually slept, I am watering it again, but certain things have not done well with little to no water. Here is my one and only kale plant, which is actually doing pretty amazing. I have harvested quite a bit of kale already. And there is quite a bit more to harvest. It just goes bonkers. It doesn't seem to mind the heat too much, and I'm very thankful for that. And beside the kale plant, we have one of my few tomato plants, which now has a couple of green tomatoes. I'm not sure if there's more than that or if there's just two. I think it might just be two, but at least we're getting some action. And here we have some more flowers on the tomato plant, so there may be a few more to come. Here is another one of my tomato plants, which I don't think has any tomatoes, but has lots of flowers, so there is still hope, even though it's almost August. They should have been ripe a long time ago. And these overgrown flowers that are spilling out of the garden are a combination of chamomile and calendula at various stages of growth and development. And coming this way, beside all of that, we have some peas, which is kind of crazy that they're still going. Normally I would have pulled the whole plant out by probably June 1st, and I think we're actually going to harvest some today. I have eaten some already, but I've sort of not kept up on my harvesting too well. We'll just pick a few of these while we're out here. And here is Trouble, ready to join us for the evening. He's contemplating what he's going to harvest next. We're going to do a little pea harvesting while I'm out here because why not? I've got a bowl and we might as well do it. Excuse all the sirens. We live close to the highway and we often hear sirens. So it's probably nothing too unusual going on. There's quite a few good peas to be harvested. Lots of them actually. I've really been slacking. It's funny when you're in the house because you're too hot and you're like comatose from the heat. You just don't do all the things you should be doing. And eventually they pile up and then you have a whole pile of things that need to be done. But that's life when you don't have air conditioning. I think I am going to give my little supervisor a taste test and see what he thinks. Just gonna pick a few more first. I know that he's only going to approve of the young and tender peas because he used to pick them himself when he was younger, and he only goes for the young and tender ones, generally speaking. Here is my pea harvest. I tried to pick as many as possible because I have no idea when I'm going to get out here to pick them again. So let's do a little harvest of my Alpine strawberries. Here we are in one of my many Alpine strawberry patches, and I've been eating these berries for several weeks now, on and off. They're an ever-bearing strawberry, and I want to show you what they look like, because if you see them, you're probably going to think that's not a strawberry unless you've seen them before. So here they are. They're kind of a whitish, yellowy orange color, and they taste like cotton candy. The flavor is so good. There's no other way I can describe it. It does not taste like a normal strawberry. It doesn't have that strawberry flavor really. To me, it's just like cotton candy, except it's a fruit, so it's actually healthy for you. It's probably actually a superfood, I'm willing to bet. So let's do a little harvest of my Alpine strawberries. The one thing to note with them is that, first of all, they're very small, and secondly, they are ever-bearing, and you're going to need a lot of them if you want to do something with them, so I think of them as a superfood. But let's see how many I can pick today. And even the ones I've gotten this year, they're small. Like, this is actually a big one. But last year they were almost double the size. So I think it's the weather that's making them really, really small. But you're going to see in a few minutes that this is actually a big one this year. But they taste amazing, so I'm not complaining regardless. There's another little berry. And unfortunately, once again, my failure to get outside has resulted in some of my berries going to waste. Here is one that is past its prime, and I will not be eating that one. So here is my little Alpine strawberry harvest. It's pretty small, but I also ate quite a few while I was harvesting. So it was actually bigger than it looks. And I've been eating them when I come out to the garden. When I actually get out here, I usually have a few. So it's actually more than it appears. And these are ever-bearing. I think I said that already. So they keep producing from about whenever they start, whether that's May or June, all the way until like September, October. So it's a very long-lived berry. So there will be many more to come. And while we're on the topic of these berries, I'm going to give my supervisor a little sample. I'm not sure if he's actually tried these ones. He's eaten regular strawberries, he loves them. But I'm not sure if he's actually gone out on a limb and sampled these himself. So we're going to see what he thinks. So my supervisor has arrived for his taste test. So let's see what he thinks. Zipper, are you ready for your taste test? You're going to try an Alpine strawberry. Do you like what you taste? Was that a good snack? Apparently he approves. He gave me his paw, which most of the time is his seal of approval for most things that we ask him. Moving on, we are Zipperman. And here he is. I was about to put my bowl down, and he has helped himself to his salad bowl. Little munchkin. Back to our tour. First of all, we have our supervisor. He's now looking for the source of the peas to do his own harvesting. I think he didn't realize they were ripe because I haven't seen him try to harvest yet this year. Let's see if he's successful. I think he might have picked one. Looks like he's got something in his mouth. Nope, he's just looking for a ripe one. It's gonna be challenging, Zipper. I picked them all. Maybe you'll still find one. Coming into this area of the garden, we have one of my squash plants. I have about 3 different varieties, but only one has really taken off and is pretty much going to take over the garden. And I'm totally okay with that because so many things here are not living their best lives. but if this plant wants to live its best life, I'm okay with that. In my garden, it's survival of the fittest. That's who survives. I plant a bunch of different plants, and whoever the strongest ones are, they win the competition and I get their vegetables. So that's how it works around here. I think this is either a butternut or an acorn squash. It could be spaghetti, but I'm pretty sure it's butternut or acorn. And here he is thinking about stealing a leaf, but he's not going to because these leaves are too mature. And behind the squash, we have some sunflower plants. Still lots of raspberries. Unfortunately, because I wasn't out here fast enough, many of them succumbed to the heat. I'll show you. This is what happens when a raspberry is on the bush too long. It basically becomes totally squishy and you won't want to eat this. It's not going to taste the same anymore. So I have some of those. I still have lots of good ones and unripe ones, but definitely some of them succumbed to our lovely warm temperatures. And I think when I'm done here, I'm going to probably pick some more while I'm outside. That was delicious. Oh my goodness, I am not happy about this. This is garlic, and I think I forgot to cut off some of my scapies, and I'm not sure, but this might be a flower bulb forming at the top, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I may have sacrificed some of my second variety of garlic. Some of them I did cut, but I think I forgot to cut a few of them. So that might be a problem, but we'll see what happens when I take them out, which will be very soon. So there will probably be another video for that coming up pretty soon. Coming over here, this is the other side of the squash plant, and you can't even tell. I have a whole ton of beets planted between all the weeds and the squash. You can hardly even see them. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The leaves from the other plants are probably keeping the beets cool and maybe more moist, but do they have enough light to grow as well as they need to grow? That is the question, and I don't know the answer to that, but I'll find out when it's harvest time. Coming over here, we have, oh my goodness, this poor sunflower. It was vibrant the last time I saw it, and it is perished very quickly. But there will be more to come. So it was just one of the first, I think it was the first sunflower in my garden actually. And in this corner we have a little crocosmia that the hummingbirds love to drink from. Coming back here, now that I'm thinking about this some more, these are not garlic. I think this, well, it could be garlic or it could be my onions because they're planted side by side. I've only harvested like 2 onion bulbs, which I also need to get on that. Whatever's still in there and viable, I need to pull them all and just see what actually grew. So this could be garlic or it could be onion. I think it's garlic, but it very well could be onion too. I will find out very soon. So that's going to be all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you love gardens, vegetable gardens, golden retrievers, fairy gardens, you may want to think about subscribing to this channel for more gardening adventures. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video. Oh my gosh, I have to show you this.